Hello and welcome to the Matsunoki Cafe. I'm Shiro, the owner. Here we like to talk about video games, movies, or just whatever is considered nerdy or nostalgic that's on our minds. So whether you're new here or a returning customer, why don't you stick around and enjoy the discussion with your cup of joe. At the time of recording this, I just got done playing Fire Emblem Engage. I managed to finish the entire Fell Xenologue in the day of its release, and that was just after being the main story a day prior. I have a bigger discussion video about the whole game in the works, so in the meantime, I figured I'd make a tier list to go over my thoughts and opinions on the cast. And just to clear something up, I am not ranking the characters based on their viability as units. This tier list is me ranking them as characters. While how useful they were in my playthrough will have a small effect on my opinions about them, it's not what I'm focusing on when ranking the cast. And finally, feel free to tell me where you would put the characters in a tier list. Who's your favorite character? Maybe a character I put in D or F tier is someone you'd put at the top of S. You know, that's the beauty of opinions. And I just like to hear yours. Also, I'm spoiling the entire game, by the way. If you're at all interested in getting Fire Emblem Engage, get it and play through the story before watching the rest of this video. I definitely recommend checking this game out. It's very good. So, yeah. Hope you enjoy, and hopefully my opinions aren't that controversial. Let's start off with our main character this time around, Lear. So, I played as female Lear in my playthrough, and I named her Shiro because, you know, I was the one playing the game. And I feel like they're serviceable as a main character, like B or C. Let's just put them in B for now, and if I change my mind as we go on, I can move them later. But, so, the thing about Lear is, they're serviceable as a main character, right? Like, they're not like a stellar main character, but they're not a bad one either. Like, I can see why, yeah, you know, they're the ones that are leading the story forward. They are the main characters. I can see why it's them. My problem is like, the design has grown on me, but I'm still like the biggest fan of it, to be fair. And I think it's mostly just because, like, I know the meme gets the hair gets memed on a ton, but it really is just like, I feel like there are better ways you could have gone about it. Like, you know, I've seen people say, like, have it fade into one color into the other. You know, I don't think, like, having it be like the hair is one color, the eyes are the other. I don't think that would have worked, especially like Alir's origin. Or you could have just done something like Under Night, where it's like there's a patch of red hair within like mostly blue hair. Or, you know, something like Ide's hair, where it's like the front of it is blonde, but the back of it is black, something like that. Or just go like My Hero Academia, just like do what Todoroki did, just split it down split it right down the middle, blue on one side, red on the other. Because the thing is, I feel like they were implying in the early parts of the game that Alear was fucking crazy, you know? But then, like, the passage actually revealed it, and it was just like, no, they were basically just the same Alear. It's just that they were just acting crazy to get their dad's approval. And it's like, I mean, I guess that makes more sense why Alear would even, like, go inside with Lumera and want to be a divine dragon. But it's also like, the fact that they are, like, part Fell Dragon just doesn't really get capitalized in my eyes. Like, in terms of character, I just feel like just some sort of, like, big flaw with Alear. Like, you know, like, when things don't go their way, they just lash out without thinking. You know, just go gung-ho into attacking the enemy. Like, that sort of thing, I feel like that could have worked. But as it is with Alear, as they are now, they are fine. They're good. And don't worry, the rest of these characters shouldn't take that long. Speaking of which, Vander, you know what? He can go in C tier. Like, I like Vander. Like, he's okay, but I feel more indifferent to him than I actually like him. Like, there's a few sports that are actually, like, really funny. Like, the one with Pandreo, where he's, like, trying to, like, be hip and cool with the kids and breaks his back trying to learn how to dance. Like, that shit was funny. But, I mean, he's just the old man paladin character that you usually see in Fire Emblem games. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, again, he's fine. He does a good job with his archetype. It's just, Alright. Next is Clan. Clan is, I feel, on par with Vander. Like, again, they're fine. You know, Justin Briner does a good job with Clan's character, but again, I just feel rather indifferent. Like that. Okay, I feel like that's just the thing. C tier, it's like I either like them a small amount or I just feel indifferent to them. Like, you know, like I don't like, you know, it's good that they're there. They just aren't for me. You know, like they don't get on my nerves either. And Klein is definitely that. Like some supports, he's kind of cute, but then for most of them, I just wasn't feeling like anything strong either way. But I will say, Fram, his sister. Oh boy, I just don't like Fram. I just don't. You know, like not like that annoying. I mean, she kind of is, but that's more just the fact like she's such a Divine Dragon fangirl that just gets on my nerves at times. I won't lie. If Fram is your favorite character, all the more power to you. She just wasn't for me. I just didn't like her supports all that much. Let's see. Ooh, who's next? Alfred. I don't know what Alfred. Alfred is, I mean, Alfred is a pretty good character. You know, he's really funny. I do like his character. But I feel like they're on par with Alear. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Alfred. So it's like, you know, D, I don't like them. C, indifferent. B, I like them. A, I love them. And then S is basically just like, they are the best. They are hands down one of the best characters. And with Alfred, yeah, I like him. There's not like much of anything to dislike about Alfred. Boutron. I did not use Boutron much in my playthrough. So, I'm rather indifferent towards him. I won't lie. And I feel like it's the same for Etier. Yeah, definitely the same for Etier. Both of them, I just didn't feel anything strongly either way. Like, I don't know, I thought Etier was kind of cute, but I ended up just dropping both of them. By the time I got to around Brodia, because, you know, like, obviously, like, Etier was serving the role of, like, you know, the archer, but then Alcrest shows up, you know? Alright, Saline, I feel like Saline gets an A. Saline definitely gets, like, A, because she's very interesting in the fact, like, she comes off as this sweet, you know, caring princess, you know, little wallflower, but then it turns out that I like that one support where it was with, I think it was the A support with Alear, where Saline was like, I had to kill a bunch of revolutionaries, and I didn't feel an ounce of remorse for it. Like, god damn! Like that! Like, that I just found interesting. Like, which made it even funnier how, like, the alternate Saline in the Felzino log showed up. Like, it was basically just like that little trait, that lack of remorse from our Saline, just taken to the absolute extreme. So, you know, that's great. Louis, I did not use much in my playthrough, unfortunately. Same with Chloe. But I do like Louis a lot. I did get to see a lot of his supports, thanks to the Somniel. But so I feel like Louis being in B tier, yeah, I could work with that. And then Chloe can go inside. So my editor messed up during the Diamond section, so I'm just gonna let you know I put him in A tier because he's a really good character, and I found his personality enjoyable. But as for his retainers, oh gosh, I don't like Amber. Like, not at all. I feel like he might be one of the worst characters in the game, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, just the whole thing about alpacas. Like, at least with some of the other characters, like, yeah, they get memed on for being one note, but I can name, like, one or two other things besides like the main thing they talk about. With Amber, I barely remember anything other than him wanting to be loving alpacas, and then what was it, like him wanting to be like a legendary hero, like that. And no offense to the voice actor, I'm sure he did great with the role he was given, but like the voice delivery is like honestly kind of annoying to me. Maybe that was the point. Maybe it was supposed to sound annoying, but and then Jade, C tier. Like again, I didn't get to use Jade outside of like the one battle where she shows up, and it's a similar problem with Amber. It's like they have no presence out in the story outside of like the one battle where they just show up out of nowhere in. Like, why did they do that for both of Diamant's retainers? Like, what's up with that? With Jade, like, they do a slightly better job because, like, you know, she seems like this stone cold woman. Then she's writing all these children books that are like silly and goofy, you know, which is fun, but I don't know. Oh, finally, our first S tier. Yay! Oh, Christ. I love this Shiloh loser. The thing is, it's like, at first I was worried at first when I was introduced to Alcrest and getting like his early supports with the Lear and everybody. Like, he was gonna be like super annoying. You know, like this whole gimmick of him being like self-loathing, you know, I'm just worthless, everyone else is better at something compared to me. Like that was gonna get old like really fast. But it didn't. Because they managed to like twist it in a way where it's like, because he's so self-deprecating, he's also like the best person when it comes to like seeing like the strengths other people have. And you know, like I also like his supports with Fogado, because we actually get like a little bit of insight on why he's like this, because there's a noticeable age gap between like Alcrest and Diamant. And because of that, when Alcrest was born, all he was hearing left and right was, oh, Diamant's perfect, he's gonna be like the best king ever for Brodia. And so Alcrest was like, so what's the point of my existence? And it's sad, and I feel bad for him. I just want to give this boy a hug. Is that so much? Is that too much? And I did like, it's even funny how like in the Fel Xenologue, there's that unique dialogue where if you have Alcrest attack his evil self, it's just like, wow, this is basically just me if I was full of confidence. I wish I was more like this. It's like, oh, this boy is so fucking wholesome. So yes, Alcrest, S tier, you can't change my mind. And funnily enough, his retainers are both way better than Diamant's. I feel like Lapis and Citrine, I feel like they could both go in A tier. Yeah, you know, I think they can both go in A tier because I do like their personalities. Like, I definitely relate to Citrine being like, oh, you want a gift? Oh, something that's from the heart, like, can't put a price on it. Oh, I know, I'll give you a pebble. Like, same girl, I don't know what to give people either. And then, like, Lapis is just adorable. Like, you know, the whole countryside girl that is trying to hide the fact she's from the countryside. Like, it's just cute. It's just cute. Tamara, I'm not the biggest fan of Tamara. Like, she's not annoying. I do like her. I like her supports. I like the energy the voice actress brought to the role. So I feel like B tier. Yeah, B tier definitely works. And Merit, Panette definitely S tier. I love this girl. It's just like, she acts so prim and proper, then she's a fucking street brawler. Like, I love it. And as for like Marin, on a similar level to Tamara, it's like, I like her. You know, Christina V is doing a great job, and like her sports like characters like Rosado are really funny. But it just, I just didn't resonate with Marin as much as I thought I would when I first saw her. Fogado, I feel like definitely A tier for sure. Yeah, so I remember seeing like somewhere, like someone said like Fogado's just budget Claude, and hey, like Claude is so amazing that Budget Claude is pretty good too. Fugato's fun. I like him. Zeno Robinson, fantastic job. You know, I'm like, you're gonna notice like half of the time these characters, like as good as they are on their own, it's the voice actors just bringing their all, just bringing their A game into like performing these lines that just like enhance the characters a lot of the time. And it's especially the case with Fugato because like his mannerisms and everything are funny enough, but then Zeno Robinson is just bringing that chill guy but still energetic vibe to the voice, and it's just fantastic. I love it. And already we have another S tier. Pandreo is one of my favorites. I feel like he might be my favorite male character from the game. Because, like, I think you're starting to notice a trend with these characters where it's like that, don't judge a book by its cover, which, ironically enough, a lot of people did with Engage and Alir's design. But a common theme with the characters is they appear one way, like they fit a certain archetype, but then they have like this one trait or personality or quirk that just goes directly against that archetype. So, for example, Pandreo is a priest who is a total party animal. Like he's throwing raves at his church, and it's just the funniest thing. Like he's howling, bro. And then it's just interesting how it's like his habit to howl and throw raves at his church don't devalue like his actual faith. Like he is like good at being a priest. He is good at his job. He just has a different way of expressing his beliefs. You know, like that C support between him and Mavier, where it's like, yeah, I mean, we pray to different people, but we're still praying for the same thing. You know, like I like him. I like Pandreo. Like he's just a really great guy, and it's just really fun. I definitely would go to a party with Andreo. Trust me, it would be fucking tight. But Benet, okay. Benet is another character where I only used him in the battle where he was introduced, you know, and never again. And I was just mostly because like I already had like good axe units at the time. Like I started using Panette like around then, but that's because like as I was just seeing more of her supports, I was like, I just want to keep using Panette on my team, you know? I gotta see more of her supports. With Benet, I just didn't feel that way. Like I saw like a few of his early supports and they just weren't grabbing me. Like yeah, he's a chef, you know? The food gimmick is kind of funny, but I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Like, even if I dislike these characters, I don't hate them. It's, aside from one, okay, well, Fram got on my nerves a bit, but I don't outright hate her. There's one character I outright hate, and we'll get to her later. Seadoll. I feel like Seadoll is a pretty cool character. It just sucks that, Seadoll definitely suffers from like a syndrome a lot of these characters have in this game, where it's like they only get their introductory chapter to shine and then just fucking vanish from the story. And it's like, it's even stranger with Seadoll because he gets like this whole intro cutscene related to like him hearing Korn's voice and escaping the corrupted, and then after that battle in like that like in those spooky ruins, he's just not a part of the main story, which I just found weird, particularly for him, because again, they have like a whole like animated cutscene for him at the beginning of that chapter. But you know, I guess that was supposed to emphasize the fact like he's a really good unit since he's the dancer, which yes, definitely, he's fucking incredible because he's a dancer. So I feel like I got a lot of use out of him. Plus, I do like his character in the supports, you know. Yeah, I feel like A tier is waiting for him. Alright. I'm not immune to the simping. Alright, I like Ivy. You'll make fun of me all you want. Alright. Ivy's just a really cool character. I really like her. And it's not just for looks either. Like, yeah, she's like hot as hell. But there's like, you know, like she grew up in Lucia, so like Liza and Deceiver were all around her. And so they're like get back at everybody, she prayed for the divine dragon instead of the fell dragon. And it's just like, it was just so interesting seeing like her relationship with Hortensia, seeing her relationship with the other lords, especially Alcrest. You know, speaking of Alcrest, I want to go back to that. Another reason he's S tier, I just remembered, was that scene of like when you're fighting in Elugia Castle, where like King Morian, Morian. It's like he's become corrupted. If you have Alcrest attack him, there's like that line of dialogue where Alcrest is like, "Father, you know, let me be the one to kill you. You know, and this isn't a burden that Diamant should bear." And it's just like, I just want you to know that I love you. Like that final line broke my fucking soul, dude. But anyway, back to Ivy. Like, she's hot and she's a really good character, actually. Like, it's not just looks, I promise. So yeah, and that's why she's an S tier. Zelkov. I didn't use Zelkov much, and that's because I already had a thief with Yunaka, but with the supports I did get for Zelkov, I mean, he's alright. He's okay. I'd definitely say C tier. Like, again, he's alright. Like, I don't like it. I don't like him that much, but I don't dislike him at all. You know, like, his whole gimmick of emphasizing random words is kind of funny on occasion. And, you know, I do like the idea, like, this creepy guy is actually just a normal dude that just likes collecting stuff and just likes picking up new hobbies. I don't know. But his, Ivy's other retainer, Kagetsu, automatic S tier. This is one of the times where it's like their performance as a unit definitely affects my opinion on them. Because this man was a fucking fiend when it came to critical hits. Like, I could always rely on him. Like seriously, put him next to like units that he has like a strong enough like support level with, and I swear to God, you will just, it might say 93, but it might as well be 100. You know what I mean? And my God, it's like, and I like his personality. Like, it's simple, but with a lot of the characters, it's simple done right. Kagetsu is like just a funny guy, just trying to be friends and just likes to battle, you know? And it's like, that's all you really need. Like, yeah, there's not that much to him, but as they explain, that's the point. He's just a simple guy, and what you see is what you get, you know? And there's a charm to that. There's a charm to people who just don't hide who they are, like Kagetsu. You know, they're just upfront about how they feel. And also, I didn't give him the pact ring, but I did watch the cutscenes for the other pact rings. Besides the one I got, and the one for Kagetsu is just really heartwarming. I'm not gonna say why. You go check it out. Hortensia. Oh boy. So Hortensia, originally I did not like at all. Like, I was finding it super annoying, but as I was getting more and more into her support, she did start to grow on me. So I would say B tier. Yeah, it sounds about right. Because like Hortensia is fine. Like she does actually have some like honestly cute moments. But I don't know, just like the way she was introduced in the story just kind of got on my nerves at times. I'm gonna be real with you. You know, after during the events in the Psalm when you recruit her, I felt a little bad for her, and then then I got to see her supports, and I felt really bad for her. So I would say like B tier. Like, she would be higher if her introduction was just slightly better. Rosado. I put him in A or B. Let me think this out now. Because like Rosado is like really fun. Like, I definitely like Rosado. He's cool. I do like the idea. It's like like Q being his whole thing. Like, again, that support chain with him and Merit, and also the one with Jade. It's just like super funny. Like, he's got like a ton of funny supports. The one with him, you know what? Just because I keep saying like how funny his supports are, he gets A tier. He gets A tier for sure. Like, he is actually like super cute, and I love him. And let's Okay, Goldberry. Oh boy. So I remember this isn't the character I was talking about, like the one I hated. I remember not liking Goldberry much when I was first getting her supports. I thought like the whole thing is like, oh, this girl is just so full of herself and everything. Like I thought like it was getting kind of annoying. Then they kind of spin it back around, and like then they reveal like, oh god, she's a gifted child. Oh no, I'm starting to like her now. And you know, like she's grown on me. She's definitely grown on me. So I would say. B tier, because again, like Hortensia, it's like they don't leave the greatest first impression, but then like, you know, as the game goes on, you get more of their supports, you know, you do see like there's more to them, you know, there's more to like about them, which is nice. I just noticed that Linden and Saphir are not on this list, which is great. So we're gonna use one of the emblems. Like I wasn't originally planning on ranking the emblems because they're past characters and I haven't played most of the games that they're from. But I guess we could use them to represent characters who aren't on here. So for Saphir, I guess we could use. Let's just use Ike for the meme. I don't know. So just imagine when you're seeing Ike, just imagine I'm ranking Saphir. You know, old general lady. You know, like she's fun. I would probably put her in C tier because like she's fun and everything. And by the same token, actually, you know what? I would put Saphir, and who do I pick for? Yo, let's just use a male Lear for. Actually, no. Wait. Yeah. Let's just use male Lear for like Linden, like the old man, like scientist. Like those two can go in B tier because both of them, like, it's especially like there's some, you know what? No. I feel like they can both go in like yeah, I feel like C tier because like the biggest reason why I'm a fan of them is because of their like support with each other. Like that was honestly like weirdly wholesome between the two, like I won't lie. So yeah, there's that, you know. Let me. But other than that, like the other sports are kind of bland. I guess kind of makes sense since they're completely optional. You could miss them, from what I've heard. Anna, another C tier. I mean, Anna's fine, but I didn't really use her much. Plus, it's like, it's Anna, you know. She's just there to like fill a quota, really. I did like how she had like actual supports with other characters and not just, you know, the main character like last time. Alright. Yes, I am basic. How can you tell? Alright, yes, Yunaka is probably like the best character in this game. You know, I feel like what helps, like she has the best introduction in the main story. Plus, it's like, it's just really. I love like her bubbly personality is just like a front for like this former assassin who is just trying to like move on from that part of her life. Like it's great, love that, amazing. And it's just like she's just fun. She's just got a really fun personality. Like that support chain between her and Seagal was honestly like super fucking adorable. Like that. I'm not a guy who like ships characters that often. You know, I just, you know, if I'm shipping characters, it's usually the couples that like the game tells me are like the canon ones. You know, but then it's like I see Yunaka and Sadol's like a support. I'm like, I need these two to be together. Like if I didn't marry Yunaka, I would have hoped that Sidal would. It's like that's also the sad thing. There's no like paired endings in this game. Like, I kind of get the idea why they must have been like a hassle to come up with all those different paired endings in Three Houses. I get why now it's like just one ending for each character. I don't know, I miss the paired endings, man. It was cute. I liked imagining like all these different couples getting together after the war. But you know, honestly, I did get what I wanted because of those like images at the end of the credits, and then you just see Sidal and Yunaka 'r' 'Brut 'r' 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 'r All right. Vale. What do I say about Vale? Vale's another like a B tier. Like she's cute. But I feel like we don't. She doesn't. Ironically, despite her actually having a lot, like almost as equal of a presence in the story as Lear, it's not really her. Like half the time, it's just like her evil like personality, like the Dr. Hyde or Mr. Jekyll. It's like I don't know. It just causes this feeling of when it's actually Vale, it feels like Vale didn't get much screen time. Although like she technically did, it just wasn't really her. You know what I mean? Which is weird that that's the case, but Lumera gets C tier. Like she's fine, but she's like a Fire Emblem mom. What more do you expect? You know, she's hot, but that's about it. Like speaking of hot, Zephyr. smooth, Shiro, smooth. Okay, well before I move on to Zephyr, I should say, like there was that line with Lumera where it's like, I wanted to give you a birthday gift, and that line did honestly kind of hit harder for me specifically because I did get engaged on my birthday. So I don't know, just kind of felt like that was almost a line directed at me, which is weird because that was right after Marth looked at me in the face and was like, "You are the Fire Emblem." Like Okay, now on to Zephyr. B's fine. Like the thing is, it's like I feel like for most of these, like the 4 hounds and then the 4 winds, I feel like they're like evenly matched on here. Like I feel like, you know, where I'm putting Zephyr is where I would put Celestia. You know what I mean? And like, but then again, I haven't seen all the sports with Celestia and Gregory and all of them, so my opinions could change. But you know, like as of right now, like Zephyr is fine. It's just that one part that bugs me. Like that death scene between her and Gris was fantastic. My problem, here's my problem. My problem is that, like, they only reveal, like, this whole thing, like, oh, I wanted was a family, but I didn't see it until right now as I'm dying. Like, I hate it when, like, anime like Demon Slayer does it, where it's like they only reveal the sad backstory at the very fucking end of a character's screen time. Like, as they're about to die, that's when they pull the sympathy card. Like, why didn't you pull that before, like, their final battle? Why not before then? So that way, as they're fighting, we're starting to realize, oh no, they're gonna die. We feel kind of bad for them, you know? But it's just like, it's kind of like a bit of whiplash to go from like, oh, they're disgusting, they're awful, to like in a moment as they're dying, they're, oh no, now I feel sad for them. Like Zephyr isn't like the worst case of that. Like, you can definitely see like the signs of like, oh, she wanted a family, you know? Like, it's not out of nowhere. It's just, I just wish it didn't try to pull like, oh, like the sympathy card, like right there at the end and not sooner. But speaking of which, Gris is probably like the best of the 4 hounds. Like, whoever his voice actor was having a fun time in the booth, you could tell. And Gregory is also pretty cool. You know, I just like the dichotomy between like this fucking masochist and then like the alternate version we actually recruit is just a little softy, you know, just a little small boy that you just want to protect. All right, here we are. I fucking hate Marnie. Marnie, which is super annoying for most of the game, and I just could not stand her. Like Marlene, like her alternate version is better, but it's only like, I would put Marlene in like C tier as of right now. Like, no, like seriously, it was just bad. It was just bad. Like, you know, they tried to do the whole sympathy thing where it's like, oh, you know, my mother just didn't want me. She only wanted sons, so I was stitched at the church. Like, yeah, that's sad. But you know, like, Marnie even says it herself. It's just like, well, my past has, like, is, like, little potatoes compared to, like, Vale's. I'm like, yeah, so why the fuck did you bring it up? It's like, I don't know. I just couldn't stand her. Like, I thought Hortensia and Goldmary's introductions, like, first impressions were bad, but Mari's was on a whole nother fucking level. But then we have Mavier, who... Where would I put Mavier? Yeah, well, I'd probably put Mavier in CT as well. Like, he's fine. I don't know. I also wish there was more to him. Because, like... You know, like, his connection to Vale is kind of sweet. And, his whole thing where it's like, you know... Respecting Marnie's wishes, that's honestly kind of sweet as well, but it's like, I don't know, it just didn't hit me that much. And, okay, I couldn't find any tier lists that had, Nell or, Rafal yet, but that's mostly just because, like, as I'm recording this on the day of release for the DLC, so likely no one has been able to, like, get a clean image of their sprites to upload into like a tier list. So I guess we, just like we did with Saphir and Linden, we can just use the emblems. So I guess we could use we could just use these two since, you know, they're dragons. Okay, well, Violet isn't really a dragon. It's a weird case where it's like he's a guy with a dragon's heart and then he has a dragon god in his brain. It's weird. But Nell I like. Nell was cool. The whole thing where it's like, oh, she was in love with the like alternate Alir, and like that was kind of sweet. I haven't gone through a lot of her supports yet, so I don't know what the full extent of her character, but right now she's cool. You know, Nell B tier. And I feel like Rafal also goes in the B tier, although he very well could have gone into C or D. Because the thing is, it's like, I was vibing with him for a bit, but I was thinking like, okay, he's gonna be C tier. You know, Nil, it's Nil. The Nil number, right? And it's just like, you know, it's fine. You know, like the whole like cute little soft voice, fine. But then it's like he's revealed to be evil. It's like with the Vale twist, it's like it's just so fucking obvious, right? But then they do like kind of like another twist with Nell, turned out to be actually they do two twists. One, he turns out to be evil, and then two, he's revealed to not even be like his like Nell's actual twin brother. You know, like his real name is Rafal, right? But it's like when all that stuff is revealed, like it's like near the end of the Xenologue. So by that point, you're just so used to like him pretending to be like, you know, like this soft soy boy. I hate using that term, but it's basically what he is. And it's just like you're so used to that. I don't know. I prefer twist villains when it's their true intentions aren't being hidden behind a different personality. Like the personality they put up while hiding their intentions is basically the same. You just don't know like the full extent of what they want. You know, like if Nell is like I'm not saying like obviously Nell wouldn't have worked as a villain if he was still like a shy boy when you know he was talking about I'm going to follow in father's footsteps and you can't stop me. Like if he was like that, no, definitely not. And it's like with Nell and Rafal, like obviously Wai Ching is doing an amazing job, like with like both sides, like the way like his voice was able to change so much between like, you know, pretending to be like a little shy like careless boy and just like, oh, I'm just the most evil man you've ever seen. You know, like that kind of like shift in like vocal range, that's really talented. And but other than that, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like overall, like I like his story. Like he's definitely like a more interesting villain than Sombrum was, because the whole like upbringing and everything. You know, like he wants to feel like he's useful to someone, which is an understandable like fear and motivation. You know. But yeah, that's my tier list for Fire Emblem Engage, the characters, and overall, I will say I do enjoy this cast. You know, it's a fun one. Yeah, there were a decent amount of characters that, you know, I feel indifferent to. Like, I don't like, but I don't dislike either. You know, there were a few I disliked. But most of them, as you can see, like B, A, and S, like I really like a lot of these characters. You know, I feel like this game is a bit overhated, to be honest. You know, like it's not as bad as like a lot of reviewers are making it out to be. I hope I'm able to like go into more detail as to why I think that in my actual like discussion video about Engage, where I just go over like basically the rest of the game. Like trust me, this video is gonna make that eventual like final Engage video where I talk about like the gameplay and story like a lot shorter, because now I don't have to go over like character writing since I already did here, which yeah is great. But other than that, yeah. So again, if you all who have watched this point of the video think like, you know what, I would put this character in S tier, not D tier. You know, if you think that way, cool. Tell me why you like a specific character that I don't like, or just feel neutral to. Other than that, yeah. So this is Shiro signing out from the Matsunoki Cafe. I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. It really does help me out with getting this channel to grow. And until the next video, I hope you guys stay safe out there. See you then.